Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Rants and PJ Pants. I wanted to talk about Tarte and the launch of the Tarte Shape Tape foundation. And I just have to say, my friend on Twitter, Spectator, she's absolutely amazing. She had posted a photo of all the swatches and it said 50 Shades of Way. And I was just like, brilliant, brilliant, because that's what it is. Now, Tarte is not a startup brand. They're not, they're a popular brand and they make a lot of money. And I'm not sure what the fuck they were thinking while making these foundations, because at first when I heard it was coming out and how many different shades they were going to have, I didn't realize it was going to be a whole bunch of different shades of white and like 2 dark shades. I was like, oh my God, they're going to do Fenty and it's going to be great. It's going to be, everybody's going to be able to get a shade. It's going to be inclusive and all this stuff. We were totally wrong. Now, as far as Shape Tape Concealer, like, I know that it was huge. I mean, the beauty gurus just loved it to death. I have a couple of the shades and I do love it. I think it's a very good concealer, but Maybelline Fit Me is right up there with it, especially if you're looking for a cheaper option. I don't think it's the greatest thing in the world, but the coverage was so good that I remember when it first started becoming like kind of trending with like all the beauty gurus talking about how awesome it would be if they can't come out with a Shape Tape foundation, and now it's just really fucking disappointing. The shade selection is ridiculous, and some people are saying, well, if you're a person of color, then you should just buy a couple of shades and mix them. You shouldn't have to do that. Plain and simple, you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to spend more money in hopes that you'll be able to mix things together to get your shade. It just shouldn't be like that. And some people say, well, white women make up for the bigger percentage of people that buy makeup. And that may be true, but it's only true because we have more options. We have, we can go into the drugstore and find our shade like that. I rarely ever see deep and dark shades in the drugstore, especially like Wet n Wild, Revlon. It's like non-existent. And Andy Worski did a video on this not too long ago. He's a whole other video I'm going to have to make. I can only take him in small doses. But he was talking about, he shared a video that a woman of color had posted about the makeup industry and about how shitty it is towards black women. How there's not a lot of options, this and that. And he basically called her fucking stupid and said that she was wrong because why would makeup companies spend money making darker shades when it's white women that buy the most makeup? That's because they can. That's the point. I came across this really great article where a woman went with the brand number 7 into the lab to see if it was harder to make darker shades. That's like the first myth, well, it's more complicated. It's harder to make a dark shade. And then the second one is that it's more expensive. Well, both of those things are not true. The article is really great. I'm going to link it down below. And they say, that not only is it not harder, it's not more expensive, but there's a huge market for it, And that's the point. That's why this bothers so many people. I mean, you have some people saying, well, it's not that big of a deal and you can just buy a couple of shades. That's fucking ridiculous. So now I'm sort of in between whether or not I'm even going to buy it, because it's just so ridiculous, And I know maybe people call me some SJW or something, but, when you care about makeup, when you're passionate about it, when you like a brand and you want them to do well, and you want them to do well by everybody, and it really is just up to you personally, like who you choose to support. I don't know if they plan on coming out with other shades like down the line, especially since this blew up and a lot of people are upset about it. but it's kind of too little too late, you know? And when Fenty came out the gate with all of these incredible different shades, I think brands were like, oh, well, we have 40 shades. Yeah, but your shades are mostly all white. That's why this was different. You had brands like Maybelline and a few others that would post on Instagram and say, we've always had 40 shades. Yeah, but you have 40 shades of white, pale, porcelain, fair, you know, nude, and then you have a few darker shades. And I think that you know, it's good that some brands are trying to make it more inclusive and trying to do better with their shade range, but it's just not enough. And if you know that you have such a popular brand and such a wide variety of different types of people that are going to purchase it, you shouldn't have to have it as an afterthought. I could not believe all the different shades of white. I was just like, oh my goodness. I literally think there's 2 or 3 that are dark, and they're not even that dark. It's just ridiculous. Like, you just want them to do better. And, you know, even if it were more expensive to make darker shades, it's not like Tarte is hurting for money. They send their influencers on all these, you know, paid trips, and they give them all these lavish gifts. They go to these exotic places. Why don't, if it is more expensive, which it's not, but I'm just saying for argument's sake, why don't you not do that and put more money into your brand so that you can have everybody be included? I just feel like, you know, they waste so much money with these influencers. And of course they're all going to give it a great review. I'm sure they're all going to be in like Bora Bora fucking putting on their Shape Tape foundation, Snapchatting it and everything. And it's going to blow up. But I just feel like it's not right. So what do you guys think about this? Do you think that, oh, well, too bad, you should just have to buy different shades, you know, and try to mix them? Are you going to buy this? Are you excited for it? Do you think it's bullshit? Because I'm leaning more towards that it's bullshit, you know. There are so many beautiful women out there that, I mean, even me being really fair, I'm Irish, so I'm really, really fair and pale. But whenever I tan, because I'm Italian, I get really, really dark. And even some brands I can't find my shade in, or I may have to mix them. I could not imagine being a person of color and trying to find foundation, especially in the drugstore. I just think at this point it's just ridiculous. People of color shouldn't be a fucking afterthought. Period. They just shouldn't be. So that's my little rant for this evening. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Thanks. Love and hugs.